Ei pessoal, sempre trazendo mais um vídeo. Hoje iremos reagir a Rap dos Hashiras, Pilar da Respiração from TK Raps. It has been a long time since I've listened to TK Raps, and I'm very thankful that the Brazilian Nerdcore channel with English subtitles, they were able to provide me with another translation to one of the songs, and it's a Hashira cipher. So I'm excited, a lot of familiar faces as well as some new ones. So let's see how this one goes. I'm super excited. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum.
Se novo, vou a casa, mas sem perder a leveza. Minha frieza esconde lado brutal. Pra desenhar qualquer onde que apareça. Trago no corpo uma substância letal. Respiro pra intoxicar. Se corte meu veneno inseto. É tão bom te ver paralisar. Diante da pilar do inseto. Vingança é o que motiva doce borboleta. Por vingança, demônio, vou perfurar sua cabeça.
Who's tweeting gang? Se for
Felicia Rock as Shinobu is such an amazing combination. For one, I love Felicia's voice in general. I feel like her voice, especially as Shinobu, she did such a good job of balancing Shinobu's kind of cold-hearted nature, but then near the end, when she was talking about revenge, I love how she put so much more passion into her singing and her rapping. So she did such a good job, and in general, I feel like I just love her voice. So what an amazing start. I love it. Also, this editing is amazing. Whoever did the editing for this video is amazing. I love the manga panels, and I love how they use the lighting and the way that the lyrics are shown. So I love it. This is such a good video. I'm already super excited to listen to the rest of it.
Sua cabeça.
Who's tweeting gang? Se for Oni, não poupo ninguém. Lá no distrito, minhas esposas feitas de refém. Te localizo, me concentro pelo som. Fazendo um corte perfeito que quem vê diz que eu tenho dom. Eu não terei todo meu inimigo. Pode tacar veneno que eu resisto. Se tocar em alguém que eu amo, não será eu só o seu maior perigo. Se me movimento e seguindo o som. Pode até tirar meu braço que com só e com os dentes pra mim tá bom. Eles nem perceberam que cada parte da letra eu coloquei uma nota musical na estrutura. Pro azar dessas luas eu me sinto elegante, extravagante. No final completei a partitura. Em Goku, eu sou Hashiras sempre.
Alright, and now this is why I'm very thankful that I have translators, because I read the comment section, and apparently, according to the Brazilian Nerdcore channel, they talked about how Lex Clash implemented the use of the solfege scale in his verse, and I thought, what an incredible way to reference the character. Uzui, the sound Hashira, using the solfege scale, which is all about tones for music, and having those, tones in the actual lyrics and making it fit. I thought that was such a creative way to talk about the character and to reference his abilities. And when I read that comment, I was like, okay, I didn't know how well it would translate, and then kind of seeing it in Portuguese and then reading the English translation, I thought that fit perfectly. It didn't feel out of place, and it just flowed so well. So, and of course it's gonna be Lex Clash. Lex Clash is an amazing artist in general. All these artists are amazing in general. So I love that. What a creative way to use the character and use what their abilities are in the song.
Completei a partitura. Em Goku, eu sou Hashiras, você sempre foi mais sonho, então demônio nunca me tornaria. Desde criança aprendi a ser forte pra proteger a todos e a minha família. Não é de hoje, minha mãe me ensinou que por ser forte vou proteger a todos. Rony maldito, se eu fosse você na minha frente, nesses inocentes no dedo eu jamais tocaria. Tocaria minha humanidade, não é só por mim, eu vou seguir em frente. Na minha vida eu nunca fugi de combate, então por que na morte seria diferente? Minha chama não se apagará, até na minha eu sinto só brilhar. E sem ter território, Nem que meus ossos se quebrem, eu venha morrer. Eu prometo salvar você.
Eu sou um Mitsuri.
Tech as Goku. And I think I listened to Tech. I think Tech was on the Gurren Lagann song by Enigma, if I'm correct. But Tech as Goku, I love what he did with the screaming at the beginning, where Goku talks about like just saving people, and I love how you can hear a scream in the instrumental, because that's who Rengoku is. He will do anything to save people, and I love how he carries that passion with him throughout the entire verse until the very end, where he talks about dying and passing the torch to Tanjiro. And I love how Tech went softer, when Rengoku was about to pass away. He's softer, he's more gentle, because I think that was just a great way to represent one of the best characters of Demon Slayer, and just a beloved character in general. So, well done, Tech. That was amazing. I love that.
Eu prometo salvar você.
Eu sou um Mitsuri. Conhecida pra Hashira do love. Quando peitar esse Oni nem se move. Minha katana de tipo chicote. Mentira fiada, multiplico corte. Hoje eu broto porque eu sou tão forte. Delicada, mas eu trago seu amor. Só irmãozão, hoje cê tá sem som. Não faz seu braço, arranco no fogão. Tô indo Kokyo. Eu sou Pilar da amor. Graças a Rengoku, encontrei meu valor. Derroto o Tengu e seja mais quem for. Eu sou Hashira, essa é minha missão. Deixei na vila, deixou Oni no chão. Cada corte afiado, Oni retalhado, tem puta contar. Tô com meu love do lado, eu dou mais pra você tá emboscado. Sabe que não tem como ganhar, eu sou Pilar. Vou te solar, não escapar da minha espada. Já tá cara essa village, cantada porque eu sou Hashira.
Todos esses Onis servem.
Interesting. Gyumatsu as Mitsuri. The first artist I do not know or I don't recognize. I will say, in the beginning, I felt like her lyrics were just a bit offbeat, but she later fixed that in her second part of the verse. I don't know what happened, or I don't know if the beat was weird, but in hindsight, I think that it kind of works because Mitsuri has the whip, right? She has the whip sword, and as she talks about like swinging it, it's whiplash, and it kind of moves unorthodox. I feel like when she was rapping, it represented that whip. It's very strange. It kind of shakes you around, and I feel like, especially when she starts rapping fast at the end, that's the true case of whiplash, because she's spinning you out of control and you don't know what to expect. So I kind of like that unorthodox style of rapping, because she's such an unorthodox fighter. So well done. I kind of like that touch on the detail of using the rapping as a way to talk about her fighting style. So very creative. I like that.
Cara essa village, cantada porque eu sou Hashira.
Todos esses Onis servem no entender. Cair da noite, vamos caçar você. Ativando a marca pra cumprir a missão. Eu sou o pilar dessa respiração. Lâmina leite na minha mão. Lua superior. Sua cabeça hoje eu corto. Todos esses Onis vão perder suas vidas. Na respiração. Hashiras.
Overnight, deslizo no beat igual a naja. Respiração da serpente, sabe que tu não me para. Se não boto você na frente, que dele não sobra nada. Estilo Black, pode correr, mas não escapa. Nessa luz do infinito, vamos caçar o meu céu. Prometo, rei dos demônios, cê não passa de amanhã. Nem tirei vermelha na mão, com a marca do caçador. Nem que eu morra nessa batalha, mas saio como vencedor. Mitsuri, saiba que eu sempre te amei. Se reencarnamos em outra vida, vamos viver juntos. Me dê sua mão, vamos morrer aqui, eu sei. Esse é o dever de um Hashira protegendo o futuro.
Before Takeru talks in my ear with his ASMR voice, second time, another artist I don't recognize as OpenEye. I love his voice, and I feel like his voice actually did kind of fit for OpenEye. That very slippery character. He slid actually smoothly on the verse after the chorus. I like that. My favorite part though was near the end where he talks to Mitsuki and talks about how much he loves her and how much his duty as a Hashira is to protect the future, because we forget that Obanai is a hero. He is someone who protects people. Yes, he's cruel, he's crude, especially at the beginning, but he's a Hashira for a reason. And I love how second time references the fact that he has to protect the future. That's his duty. And I just love that small little touch. It shows that he's still a gentle person, or maybe not gentle, but he's still a loving person in the sense of he loves Mitsuki and he just wants to protect people. So it's good. I like that. OpenEye definitely is redeemed a little bit at the end.
O dever de Hashira protegendo o futuro. Tomioka.
Cabeça de Oni, eu já que voa. Lua inferior, cê não dá conta. Sabe disso, geral que confronta. Sou quem caminha pelas águas, mas não quem perdoa. Respiração, calma em toda ação. Veja a expressão sem nenhuma emoção. Não tem vez pra vilão. A casa peita não. Ativar condição, marca transformação. Sigo lutando, lembrando o passado. Quem acreditou hoje será honrado. Meus parabéns, cê ganhou do novato. Quieto enquanto calma eu te mato.
Oh, and we get flash beats too. Okay, let's talk about Takeru first. The funny thing is, I would expect Takeru to be Obanai and second time to be Tomioka because of the voices. But I love Takeru's voice as Tomioka, especially when he's rapping, because Gyu is such an interesting character because, you know, of his backstory. And if you don't know the backstory, I'm not going to talk about it. But if you know, you know. But I love how Takeru nails Gyu's calmness, the way that he looks at the world. He's very calm, he's very methodical. And I love the way Takeru kind of expressed that with his rapping, especially near the end. It's very relaxed, but it's not relaxed. There's obviously more weight behind the words he's saying, despite how slow and methodically he's rapping it. And I feel like it fits Gyu's backstory so well. You know, we see Gyu as this very chill, stoic figure when in his head there's so many other things happening. And Takeru nailed that with the way that he rapped and he talked about Sabato. So, again, another great way to pay homage to an amazing character.
Desamoroso, também otimista. Agora não expressa nenhum sentimento. Eu sou descendente de um espadachim, poderoso, habilidoso, fora do normal. Desde uma nascimento, o destino ali, dizendo que eu já nasci com potencial. O caçador que se torna o pilar mais rápido da história. O meu talento está acima de muitos e para os Onis não tem escapatória. Menino prodígio, cê sabe disso. O meu nome se tornou inesquecível. Cê quer saber um pouco de mim, eu te digo. Isso é fácil, sempre. Agilidade, resistência, sempre mantendo a essência. Onis que lutou comigo, só entrando em decadência. Entre todos os pilares, é o que faz a diferença. Tô cortando o inimigo frente minha, né? Potência, preguiçoso, perigoso de mim, cê não vai passar. Assim como a grande força de poderoso pilar. Hashira da neve, um grande poder incrível. E cadê o seu? É só isso? Saname.
I love Flash as Tokyo. That's so funny. Oddly enough, another fitting character, I feel like. I don't remember much of Tokyo's backstory, to be quite honest. I do know he is quick and stuff like that. Like, he know where he comes from, his origin story, I believe. But I love how Flash, he adds a level of... He adds so much more personality to the character. Because Tokyo as a character is very boring at first. Tokyo doesn't even know what he's doing. He's not paying attention. And I love how Flash gives him much more personality, talking about um, making him a bit more boastful, a bit more confident in his skills. Like my favorite line from that was, "You want to know more about me? Well, I'm awesome." Like Tokyo would never say that, but Flash would always say that. And I felt like that was the fastest I've heard Flash rap. Actually, no. I've read to a lot of his music. So maybe that's not the fastest, but it's definitely one of the fastest I've heard from him. So what a fun way to put more personality for a character.
Hashiras da neve, grande poder incrível. E cadê o seu? É só isso? Seu nome. Sou Hashiras que temem. Quase não vai sofrer. Primeira forma extreme. Botar os olhos no game. Tem sangue raro e passado infernal. Não quis comer a família, eu disse. Difícil achar onde sofrer.
I'm sorry, I love that part. I love the way he added the slashes to the instrumental itself. Okay.
Quis comer a família, eu disse. Difícil achar onde sofrer. Não encontro a cega da forma atual. Mataram o 3, o 4 e o 6. A número 1, vou fazer igual. Ativou a marca do caçador. Esquecendo o que fez aqui na meu ar. Quanta forma. Essa boca, droga. Nem deve ser a festa de bem. A espada quebrou, vamos no soco. Usando até a morte. Tava forma, um vida bom. Meu nome é Salame. No kata. Que casa querer. Em uma noite eu já...
Wow, TK raps. That was incredible. I love the amount of passion and just anger he had in that voice of his. It fits Sanemi so well. Sanemi is one of the craziest characters, and crazy in a good way. Like I love his story so much. Sanemi is probably my favorite Hashira. And I love the way TK raps pretty much told his story. And the aggression level that he came with was perfect for Sanemi. And I still, my favorite part was the in the instrumental. It was so clean, and it made his verse way more intense because, like, at the beginning, we already know what Sanemi is about. He's going to be aggressive, and he's going to go for blood, and I love it.
Em uma noite o seu mundo pode desmoronar. Naquele lugar tive que enxergar todas as possibilidades, mesmo que minha vai habilidade. Só com coragem de matar. Fui além. You make respeito. O Hashira mais forte. Só no soco arrebento. Até peço a morte. Mesmo que seja um inferno para mim destruir você. Eu vou parar só quando eu te ver morrer. 2 meses me tornei Hashira. E o ano coqueu a respiração da pedra. And will I see someone like me? Impossible, powerful, I am a stone. Look at my bones, look at my bones. Rushi, vou sentar, machado te cortar e te nocatar. Em 300 anos, alguém como eu, você não pode encontrar. Em 600 anos e de desespero, mesmo em 1000 anos quero ver achar. Todos esses olhos servem no temer. Cair da noite, vamos caçar você. Ativando a marca pra cumprir a missão. Eu sou o pilar dessa respiração. Lâmina de na minha mão eu porto. Lua superior, sua cabeça hoje eu corto. Todos esses olhos vão perder sua vida na respiração dos Hashiras.
Okay, let's quickly talk about Henrique Mendoza as Guillaume, another one of my favorite Hashiras. I love the energy that Henrique Mendoza brought for Guillaume. Guillaume, when we first meet him, is a very stoic person as well. Doesn't really say much, says the bare minimum. And I love how Henrique Mendoza added so much more life to him, very similar to how Flash Beats did for Tokido. I love how Henrique Mendoza gives so much more personality, and it's not jarring. It fits the way like the character thinks. It fits the way that the character acts. It fits the way that their origin story works, and incredible. Yeah, that was so much energy at the end. I will say though, my one critique of the song was there's so much energy in the second half that I feel like it could have been dispersed a bit better. Like even moving either Guillaume or even maybe Giyu in the beginning would have been better because everyone brought so much energy to the second half that it's exhausting. Like I was dancing pretty much the entire time, and I feel like if you disperse that energy just a little bit, it makes it a more balanced song. But that's just my general opinion. I still love the song. I felt like everyone did such a great job with um showing what their characters are and becoming the characters essentially. But let me know what your opinion is in the comment section down below. Let me know what else we are reacting to. Until then, obrigado por assistir. Simply ordinary. Howdy.